Hello and welcome to TextCom English with me, Akram. In this lesson, we are going to look at some common errors in English. So we will look at the following sentences and see whether we have some errors and then how to deal with the errors that we identify. Okay, the first statement says, please, does anyone here knows someone at the Minerals Commission? Where is the error? Or where are the errors? Knows, and then there's another error here. Remember, please, does anyone here knows someone at the Minerals Commission? It's asking a question, so it must end in a question mark and not a full stop, like this. Now, the first mistake. Please, does anyone here knows? Whenever we use any of the forms of the word do, whether it is do, does, or did, to assist a main verb in a sentence, the main verb maintains the to infinitive. So it does not take the present or the past participle or the present participle. It doesn't take any of those forms. It maintains its form. So please, because of the word does, knows must be changed to what? Know. So please, does anyone here know someone at the Minerals Commission? Please, do some people here know someone at the Minerals Commission? So that is it. Whether it is now constructed in the present or in the past, in any case, using does or do or did, it goes with the to infinitive of the verb, the main verb in the sentence. And the main verb here is know. So it is changed to what? Know from knows. Statement number 2. Could he had thought that the thing would become this easy? Could he had thought that the thing would become this easy? When we use the word could, it is the same thing as the same principle that applied here is the same principle here. Whenever we are using any of the forms of the modal auxiliary, whether it is in the present or it is in the past, and then it is followed by any of the forms of have, it does not change form. It is also maintained as the to have. So, could he have and not had? Mostly we make this mistake of thinking that because the sentence is constructed in the past, all verbs in the sentence, whether they are primary auxiliary verbs or they are main verbs or action verbs, they must all change to past. That is not the case. So could he have thought? But this word thought what? This one is the past for teach. And here, if you read the sense, here would tell that the person intended to write thought. The past tense for think. And then the past participle for think. That is it. So could he have thought? And then this word didn't just come as think but thought, because this is the past participle. Though both the past participle and then the simple past are written the same way, here we can tell that this is the past participle because after the word have or has or had, what follows, the action verb that follows, is always in the past participle. So this is the past participle form of the word think. So thought. Could he have thought that the thing would become this easy? And then since it's a question, there's a question mark, and that is correct. If you have an idea, say it. This, if you read it, it doesn't really stay clear. There's something about the auxiliary have. Whenever you are to use it after a pronoun and there is no action verb coming after it, don't contract it. And this is peculiar to the use of have. So if you have an idea, say it. Don't write if you've an idea, say it. It is not appropriate. This matter is between I and you and none else. Yes, you could have a matter between you and no one else, but here, I and you, the subject here is this matter. The verb is, and then the object of the sentence for this is I and you. But remember, the object of a sentence cannot be the same as the subject of a sentence. Remember, we have we as subject and then we have us as object. So here I is a subject and then you here could be a subject and it could also be an object. But this one here is telling they are just two people. So I and you becomes us. So because us is the object, this should not be I. It should be between me and you. Then that becomes us. So me and you. So this matter is between me and you and none else. Not this matter is between I and you. It will be inappropriate to state it that way. The fifth statement says, this little house belongs to a man who has beat leukemia twice. The principle, whenever you are using any of the forms of has, have, and had, after it immediately or later, if it is qualifying an action verb, that particular action verb must be in the past participle. So beating. So this little house belongs to a man who has beaten leukemia twice. The last statement. It is more easier to seek redress in court than to take to the streets for solution. It is more easier to seek redress in court than to take to the streets for solution. It is more easier. More is added to an adjective to determine number in terms of comparison. So more here indicates comparativeness. It means it's comparing to, it is attached to words that compare two things. So whenever it is used, immediately after it, the adjective that it qualifies, it is maintained in this positive form. So it is more easy to seek redress. It is more easy to seek redress in court. Or it is easier without more. It is easier to seek redress in court than to take to the streets for solution. But here, this is a complex sentence. So the two parts of the sentence are suppose this is the main clause and this is the subordinate clause, are to be set off by the use of a comma here, and the comma is also missing, than to take to the streets for solution. You can't have orange, but you can have an orange. You can have oranges. So whenever you are to use a word like this, and then it is not to be in the plural, then you must add an article, an indefinite article to a countable noun. Solution is a countable noun. So we can say solutions. So since it is singular, you add what? An indefinite article. A solution or solutions. If you are not to add the a, then this must take an s. So it is more easy to seek redress in court than to take to the streets for solutions, or to take to the streets for a solution. This is all that we have for this lesson. Join us again for several others here in the channel TextCom English. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't also forget to tap the notifications button and then leave a comment and like the video if you really did enjoy what I presented to you. Bye-bye.